There's basically 9 things that stop people from becoming a millionaire. I'm going to share those with you right here. Number 1, and as you go through it, write down the one that you feel sticks out most to you. The number 1 reason people aren't millionaires, they need to revisit their capital. They don't trust the assets that their wealth is in will hold its value. Right? They just don't trust it. Okay? So I got to bring my money, I got to sell something, bring it back. I've always got to touch it and feel it. Number 2 is the biggest one. They're a paper millionaire versus a cash flow millionaire. All of my investments for me have cash flow. I will not make an investment. I don't buy and bank land or any of that stuff. I want everything I do to create cash flow. Cash flow is what will get you free. I have 2 friends, both worth about right at 50 million bucks. One guy's a rancher, owns all this land, and it's kind of like Yellowstone, just not as cool. Okay? $50 million. Another guy has $50 million. He lives exactly like you, all in cash flowing assets, and he lives exactly like you think he would. He makes about $4 to $5 million a year completely passively, and he lives an awesome life. The rancher is struggling because it's all paper assets, right? So it doesn't have cash flow attached to it. Ton of land, but all is hard. So I think about when you think about your wealth plan, is your money tied up in stuff that cash flows for you that pays you? Because as soon as you get your passive income to exceed your monthly expenses, right? If you can get to that place, you now don't work for money anymore. Now the game becomes really, really cool. Number 3 reason people aren't millionaires, the urge to be liquid. Cash is real, everything else isn't real. So we're going to go back and we're going to convert things to cash at some point. Number 4, debt. Anytime you talk about wealth, people get a little interested on debt. Everyone's got their own view. My view on debt is debt on anything that's not attached to a house or that doesn't pay for itself is bad, right? So I'm cool with mortgages on investment real estate. I'm cool with a mortgage on a primary residence. I'm not like Dave Ramsey, it's all got to be cash. That being said, debt is a tool. You have to understand, right? It cuts both ways there. Right? Well, there's a right amount of debt to have. There's a completely right amount to have. Number 5, the need or urge to live high on the hog before their cash flow can support them in that way. Right? You see this in our space all the time. Jim Carrey, not known for being a philosopher, is one of the greatest quotes. If you're not willing to downgrade your lifestyle for a year to have a lifestyle you want forever, you care way too much about what other people think. Number 6, reason why people they don't see people as an investment. People will represent one of the best returns you can ever get, way better than asset. And I'll give you an example. So everyone play along. I know it's early in the morning. I want to pretend that we find the greatest real estate investment ever. It's worth $400,000. It's in Vegas. It's in the dream spot. It's renting for $3,000 a month. And after all expenses, we're going to net $2,500 a month. Okay? So we'll net $30,000 a year. It's a $400,000 house, and we can buy it for $300,000. Show of hands. How many people buy this house? Okay? Half the room. I love it. Cool. So we would buy it. Now, let me ask you a question. What if there was a person or 2 people we could hire for the same $300,000? I'm going to hire 2 people, and here's their job. They're going to wake up every day, and they're going to find the best investment deals ever, and they're going to bring them to me. They're going to find me 2 or 3 deals a day. I'm going to pick the ones I want. I can monetize the other ones some other way. I can assign those contracts or however I want to do that. Which will make me more money at the end of the year? What's my potential if I hire 2 people that do nothing but find me opportunities? A lot. What, I mean, it's $300,000. Could we make $300,000? Sure. Could you make $600,000? Sure. So a minute ago, we were all excited because we're going to get a $400,000 house for $300,000 and make us $30,000 a year. Then I tell you to go hire 2 people for $150,000 each, or 1 person for $300,000 that could change your life. And all of us get a little like, whoa, dude, that's not as guaranteed as the house. The house was real. The person, what's the variable in the person? Relies on you. Right? Determines how well do I lead them? What are the standards? What's the strategy? What are my check-ins? What are my KPIs? Right? You heard a ton of talk, and you're going to hear more from other speakers around tracking things. I just want you to realize that the best investment you'll ever make is people. My entire career, I woke up every day, I've lived that, where they're on my desk, people are bringing me deals every single day. Our investment company that looks just like a real estate team, except no one's licensed, they're just making calls, and we're sending direct mail to try to buy homes for cash. That happens every day in my office. Right, so I'm actually doing that. People represent the biggest opportunity. Number 7, the reason people aren't millionaires, they spend more than they make or all that they make. If you have nothing left to invest, it's not hard to figure out. That won't fit really well in your wealth plan. Number 8, they don't study the rules of money or investing. There are so many incredible books and podcasts out there. So one of my favorites is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Everyone should go read that book if you haven't read it. If it's been a little bit, I'd read it again. It'll teach you why we're conditioned to do certain things with money. And number 9, the number 9 reason, which I hope to solve in the next 30 minutes that I have left, is they don't have a written down wealth building plan that they trust. They don't have a plan that they believe will land them at the exact destination they wanted. So I ask you, what is your wealth plan? Think about your balance sheet. Every single person in here should be tracking your net worth every single month on the first business day of the month. Why? You cannot grow what you can't measure.